we're in a pretty good market for Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin's been over 100,000 for the longest in history, right? We've crashed in Bitcoin and we're still above 100,000. That's a pretty monumental day for Bitcoin. So in these good markets, people are always looking for what's the alpha. And for people that don't understand that term, alpha just means like, how do I look to do better than everything else right now? And so Bitcoin, yes, Bitcoin has gone up in the past and Bitcoin's still going to go up. But if I put $100 into Bitcoin, maybe it'll turn into $200. But if I put $100 into XRP or some small cap coin, maybe it'll go up 100x, right? It'll go up much more than Bitcoin. So people are always looking how to outpace what everybody else is doing. And I always tell people, don't fall into the crypto trap. That's a distraction. But two, there is a way to find alpha in Bitcoin. And that's kind of the whole point of why I wrote Parallel was, if you understand the 4 stages of money, you know how to find the alpha, you know how to outpace everything else. So not everything turns into money, but things that do end up turning into money, they go through 4 stages. The first stage is novelty. And so we'll just use gold as an example. When people discovered gold, when they found gold for the first time, nobody turned around and said, yes, I'm rich. No, it was some guy that found a shiny rock in the ground and he thought, hey, this is really neat. And then his wife sees him bring it home and he realizes, well, if I give it to my wife, she's going to be really happy. And so it's like, it's kind of got this like interpersonal, like it's gold's intrinsic value at the beginning is just this concept that I can, as a husband, I can give it to a girl, or as a guy, I can give it to a girl and she's going to be impressed. When they actually come into contact, when they get the gold, it goes into the next phase and now becomes a store of value. You've seen enough other people playing with this shiny golden rock that you say, human intuition says, well, if other people want it, I should probably hold some of it, because if other people want something, I can get favors in exchange for this. And so I'm just going to hold it. And that's the store of value phase. I believe that it will have more value tomorrow than it has today. And so it goes from novelty, store of value, then it grows into the medium of exchange phase. That's when you start to make a gold, you're like, oh, you know what? I've got this big gold rock. It would be more convenient if I broke it down into smaller pieces. And so I'm going to turn it into these little things. I'm going to call these coins. And then I can go around and I can get some rice and I can get some wood and I can get some different things that I need. I don't need to spend my entire rock, but I can use part of it. That's the medium of exchange phase. And then beyond that, much, much later is kind of like the end game of money, which is the unit of account. That's when you get into a gold standard. Companies begin to keep their books in gold, or whatever that monetary unit is. And so you go from novelty to store of value, medium of exchange, to unit of account. That's the life cycle of anything.